What's going on, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Battle Brothers and the Warriors of the North DLC. It's day 118, it's midday, and we are outside of this camp, the Long Tusk Den. Probably just some berserkers, we're going to crush them. I wanted to, I already went ahead and rotated in Sir Quick Hans the Quick and Sir Madoon the Logical. Okay, Mudoon, probably. Madoon, who knows. Okay, so we have more names going on the list. I'm happy to see that. We need to get more brothers, though, in order to get those names going. Just want you guys to know I haven't forgotten. So, sad news. Before we get started on all of the battle brothers that we're going to be doing, I can start walking. You know what? Let's just kill these orcs. Take out some of my sadness. So, I know a while back I mentioned my kitten. Well, not exactly a kitten. Very young cat that my family had kind of rescued. Went missing right before my vacation. Turns out, talked to my neighbor today, and turns out his two dogs ended up like eating it. So, not a great feeling. I'm not feeling super happy right now. My kids don't know. They got pretty attached. My wife also got very attached. It was kind of like the first animal she's had in a long time, and she got super attached. So, bad times. Don't mean to bum anybody out, but I mean, that's kind of how my day's going. I thought I'd share. So if I seem like a little down, I mean, I am. I got attached to, you know. The cat followed me home. I thought I was giving it a better life, and then it seems like I have this like weird feeling of slight, I have some responsibility for it dying. I know that's not the case. It was like a stray cat with a really good, friendly personality that, would have made a good house cat. And I feel like, man, should I have let it in the house and just made it into a house cat? But it had survived for so long as a kitten in a much rougher part of town with a lot more other cats and a lot other animals, that I thought it's got to be safe in my fenced-in backyard. But turns out my neighbor's two very old dogs, these two old lady dogs who barely do anything all day long, they were fast enough to catch it, and they killed it. He had no idea. My neighbor didn't know it was my cat, or our cat, I should say, and yeah, I mean, I can appreciate that. He says he didn't know. All he did was see the collar, and he didn't really put two and two together until he was kind of like picking up the body. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Rest in peace, Bitten the kitten. Animals can give us a lot of joy. It's sad when they pass in a way like that. It's kind of a natural death, it feels like. It's a dog that killed him. He didn't get hit by a car. He didn't, he didn't, any of the other things that can happen to an animal that lives outside. But it still didn't feel great. Of course. We're gonna come. Well, we're gonna stay up here, and we're not gonna use Indomitable because I don't think they can get to us. They're gonna have a hard time flanking us here. And this turn, I don't think any of them will make it in with a stun. Yeah. So for all of you who are wishing good luck, in my search and things like that, thank you so much. Sadly, this time, good luck did not seem to be enough. Huh. So we have the option to step up here. I don't really like it. I think we just leave that be. We step up here, though, and we start using this hammer. Yeah, we'll pass. We'll be able to go before these warriors for sure. Let's come into here and Indomitable. And if one of these dudes wants to step up, they're welcome to try. Get that bill hook out. And we just don't have enough fatigue to spear wall. That's crazy. I could have sworn it was less than 30, but I guess I just was misremembering. Let's pass and go for the kills. Yeah, we'll take that. Some awkward, weird misses, but as long as we're getting the kills, I'm happy. We'll pass. Let's get that. Good armor-piercing damage there. We finally hit him. We didn't hit him last time. Spear wall now. Good job. Use that bill hook. Do some big damage. If we do this right, we shouldn't take almost any damage from this fight whatsoever. That's indomitable. Man, we don't have enough to spear wall again. Okay. So we'll indomitable there and go for that stab. And down he goes. Okay, so they want to play the high ground game against us. If I'm comfortable with anyone stepping down on an orc warrior, it's probably Jotnar. Let's step in here. Good. Wavering is good. Let's get the stats open. Step up. Okay, let's get in the range to make a hit. And then come up here as well, so we can tie him down. One stack of Overwhelm is not a ton, but it should be enough to keep us safe. Bring that hammer to bear. Once again, we're faster. We'll be able to get all of these attacks off. Perfect, even better. Now he's running. Just get the bill hook out. So now it's just a matter of Isaac versus one orc warrior. And I don't think he's injured anymore. So we don't even need to worry about his reduced damage. Because before he had that cut arm sinew, I think it was. And it was really messing him up. Minus 40% damage is just huge. If we can, we want to get up this hill. Get our banner out. Almost got him. So for today's episode, I think today's episode is going to be all about trying to get armor upgrades. We're sitting on a pretty nice stack of cash. And I think if we use it wisely, we can take this fight here, take the Berserker fight. We should be ending up with a good bit of cash by the time we reach one of the bigger settlements. And at that point, we can spend it, hopefully, on some good armor. I really like the sellsword armor. I think it kind of fits that perfect in-between role of just a solid armor with... has great durability is what I'm trying to say, but also it doesn't fatigue you as much as the next one's up, of course. But it's a good middle ground. All right, breaking is good. So Orc Warrior is breaking. It even shows how much shield damage they've done. Interesting. Alright, we've got a lot of big weapons on this guy now. We should be able to finish this turn. If we hit with this, good first shot. We left an opening here in the center. And that's it. I mean, that's the fight. And we took almost no damage from this. We can't reach him. We could step up here and maybe reach him. Big bleeds. Go for the greatsword kill. Almost got it. And down they go. So, relatively easy fight. Honestly, this is all about getting crowns. So that when we finally head down to Dorn and turn in our quest, we're going to go to Brookburg. Brookburg has a weaponsmith and an armor, and if they suck, we'll head up to Birkwall. Tempted to fight these Nagzurs. It's a plethora of them. But at the end of the day, I want to fight encampments because I want to have some kind of chance at getting a unique set of loot. Man, I would love to fight a champion berserker. That would be sick. I wonder what kind of weapons they would have. I mean, I guess, I don't know how many new, like, orc weapons they've added to the game. Boy, that doesn't do a lot of damage. So, talking about it from the last episode in the comment section, I think the general consensus is that the warbows are just strictly better. And I think they are. I don't doubt that at all. I think the warbows are an upgrade. Yeah, we'll stand up here. The warbows are in fact an upgrade, I feel, over these two unique bows that we have. Knocking them off the high ground here was very good. It'll probably prevent a charge this turn. Spear wall here. Perfect. Boy, that's going to mess them up. Step here. Spear wall. Indomitable. There was no real reason for us to move forward other than to deny them the high ground potentially. However, we may be just putting ourselves in range of a jump. It feels like I'm still good, like I'm still out of that range, but I don't think that's the case. We'll see. I mean, we'll find out in a second here. Our spreading out, I think, is really messing with the AI, and they want so badly to get onto our back line. But I think they're going to have a lot of trouble. It's a pretty dangerous crew down here, and the fact that they're mostly wearing armor is kind of scary. Come on, guys. This is a bad time to miss. 62 versus 79. Yeah, we got to take the 79. Nice. All the armor's gone on that one. If we can get that kill, we'll get the reset. And 80 versus... Yeah, it's just got to be better. Damn. Limp shot, buddy. Now, we can step up, but I think the play here is just to use Indomitable. We managed to clear our flanks. I think that's fine. We can't spear wall. But using Indomitable, there's really nothing they can do to budge us from this point. And our two new brothers are somewhat vulnerable. But they're sandwiched in between some very powerful brothers, and they've also got all of this backup here. I think we're fine. If I have to, I'll drop a dog as well to cover their flank. But I don't think I will. This may have been excessive, moving Sir Lancel up here. Because I doubt this Orc Berserker is going to jump out here. And if he does, he just becomes a more vulnerable target. But once again, speaking to the strength of these unique bows, they have a place right before you get war bows. I think if you can pick those up before you get war bows, then they're a solid weapon option. Yeah, he does go up there. But he's becoming quite the target. However, we are getting more heavily flanked on this side. So we need to focus these dudes down. We'll take the shots there because they're just far more likely to hit. Let's pass. Let's see who's dead and who's not very soon. Good smash. We'll wait once again. Load. Yeah, I was about to say, let's get that kill. We'll make sure we go first. Come down here and mix it up with him. Same thing. Gotta respect their weapons. Man, I really don't want. Yeah, we're gonna leave this alone. Yep, we're good. We're not moving. We can spear wall here to make sure they don't jump in this direction. But other than that, I think we're just good. We should be able to kill him first. Or break him, which is just as good. We'll stay there. Okay, big hit, but Battleforge is going to protect us. And in order for him to take that high ground, he had to use all of his AP. He's still in very good shape, but there goes his armor. If we step here, we've got a 62% shot, and we pierced his hand. Weird. Because we're 2 down, we're technically not in his range. So he got wrecked. Essentially, the technical term here is that he got wrecked. We could shoot at him. That's crazy. I don't know if I've ever had that particular circumstance occur. Very interesting. Get a good surround, at least a little bit better of a surround here. If we come up here, we can still shoot. Man, missing 2 of those shots was pretty rough. That should be the kill. Please don't let the bleed kill him. And then we miss the experience. That would just feel super bad. Yeah. This is necessary. If we don't do this, next turn he'll just have free reign. Right now he's going to smack us with a chain. And he missed. Thank God. Because it probably just would have killed us. No, it wouldn't have done that. It would have hurt. It would have hurt really, really bad if he'd hit us with it. And we used a little bit more ammo there than we needed to, but we did also get a level. Just take all. Lots of strange meat. Our brothers are eating probably too much strange meat. And we did get a level on Sir Quick Hans, which is going to allow us to unlock a few things that we really want. Brawny being one of them and Quick Hands also being the other. For the moment, the thing is we need Brawny. Even with Quick Hands, if we just, do this, maybe even like this and this, even though that's true, they did change, you cannot use Quick Hands to switch out with shields anymore. Even if we start battle with him holding the javelins, it's still rough if our fatigue is low. So let's see how we can help him. A 3 there, a 4 there, and perhaps a 3 here. Yeah, that looks good to me. Would like to get some hit points on him, and to get him out of the negatives in terms of his natural range defense. But I think this is actually fine. Yeah, we'll keep using him, keep getting levels. Skibo we pulled out. He's level 12 already. And so is Fritz. And Fritz is a little injured, so we'll just let him rest. They're also in very good spirits, so there's no real problem with pulling them out. And now we go back to Dornan. Just let the AI figure out the fastest way for us. Dornan feels like home to us. We spent so much time here grinding in the early game because there was nothing else we could do. I would love to get a unique throwing weapon. That just doesn't seem to be in the cards either. So the prices here should be amazing once again. Yeah, still 20. So let's get rid of all the junk. It's 41. That's not a bad price. We didn't really repair anything. We're running low on tools, and we currently don't have any here that we can buy. So I kind of erred on the side of caution and just didn't repair anything. Some of that would have been worth repairing, but not all of it. Do we need that food? Oh my god, do we need that food? That's not good. Are we just drinking wine? Yeah, we're drinking wine. So we were basically only eating strange meat, Man, I haven't had one of those types of events in a long time, and I would kind of like to keep it that way. No. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Let's hurry over to Brookburg while we still have food. No more attacking trade caravans for us, at least for the minute. We've managed to increase our relations somewhat by not attacking them. However, I think once this is over, we should be good on that anyway. Alright, marketplace, please. Save me. All the tools. Ammo prices suck. Oh, that's brutal. Man, just look at the excessive great weapons we have just sitting in our inventory right now. It's kind of gross. Six days. I think we just have to buy everything. And that puts us back down to 18 something or other. Whoa, exquisite stinger. One-handed sword. This is like a fencing weapon. I mean, it is. Crafting a proper fencing sword, both delicate and flexible, is no less difficult than wielding it. The smith that brought this particular weapon into existence must have been among the best in his trade. It's a good weapon, but I don't think we have a brother who is set up as a fencer. Let's check out the stats. 35 to 50 versus 45 to 50. Ignores a lot more armor. Much more effective versus armor. And half the fatigue. I mean, it's an amazing weapon. And if you have a brother that can make use of it in the same way that we did in our last playthrough, where we finally unlocked the Reproach of the Old Gods from the boss battle, and we had that fencing brother who just, until he broke it on some orc armor and we couldn't find a replacement forever, it was a pretty sweet run we were having. Ooh, look how cheap this two-handed hammer is. The prices here are not that cheap. If this greatsword was like 3,900, that's kind of like what I'm looking at right now to know how cheap the prices are. So this should be about 2,100 if the prices were good. Let's see what's in the armor first before we buy anything. For sure. Because as I've said many a time, the biggest thing holding us back right now is our armor. And I see here they have a sellsword's armor, they have a scale armor, and they also have a heavy lamellar armor, which is, man, it's the best armor they have here. It's expensive. It is expensive. It's not a horrible price, but it's not a great price either. Let's see, we got 7K. Yeah, we can't really buy all three. We can't really buy all three. We could do scale plus sellswords. The thing is, this heavy lamellar armor is super heavy. It's 40 fatigue. And we've got brothers like that we might want to give it to. Someone like Wonton Fu. Or even Fritz. Skibo could probably use it. Because his weapon weighs nothing. But his shield is super heavy. He just has good fatigue. 2 stars in fatigue. He's been great. Sir Lancel's fine also. You know, I hate to pass this fencing sword, but I think we'll get opportunities for different fencing swords. Yeah, it's a pretty cool weapon, but it's going to take a ton of money, and right now we just need armor. So let's, clicking all over the place, let's just go into the armor, and I'm going to buy the sellsword's armor for sure. Because only for 25 extra durability, it's the cost of 8 fatigue, and it starts to get to the point where that 8 fatigue is worse than not having that 25 durability. That 25 durability is essentially one more hit, and I've kind of talked about my philosophy, I guess, on that many a time already, so I don't feel the need to do it anymore. But the one more hit thing is great, But 8 fatigue is huge. It can crush the usefulness of a brother fairly easily. Paint remover. Yeah. I was impressed with Sellsword's armor in our last playthrough. It always felt useful to me. And I think we're going to give it to Sir Lancel. And then we're going to rotate the Footman's armor to Wonton Fu. It's pretty efficient because we put those attachments on it. And then this is 160, which is a strict upgrade we can give to Skibo. And then this is a good upgrade. Actually, this is 130, 130. Yeah. He's at 100. Yeah, Leisure Side's fatigue is phenomenal. It's actually kind of insane. He really could wear some much heavier armor. Now I'm just tempted to buy the scale armor. Or we could hold... or I could buy the heavy lamellar armor. I think I will. Boom. Pull the trigger. Okay, heavy lamellar armor is a huge upgrade. Only really sturdy brothers can wear it, and it might end up just having to be Sir Lancel. He just has the fatigue he needs to wear that kind of armor. And then I think the other one is probably going to be Skibo. So let's hook up Skibo and just do this kind of rotation job here. And then now, do we have any archers? We kind of want him in this armor, so we're going to keep that. These are going to be our backups for new brothers. And I feel pretty good about this. Man, we could cut our inventory in half if we could just get to a dang taxidermist. It'll never happen. Taxidermists aren't real. They're only a dream. And let's see what the... Man, we're so close. We could just no, don't do it. Don't do it, man. Okay. We could take this contract. They are rampaging around Dornan. That's cool. I like Dornan. Let's see if they'll pay us more. They will not. So they'll give us some gold in advance. We can actually check the kennel as well. Pick up 2 war dogs, because I noticed that some of our archers just have nothing. And having the ability to drop down war dogs on your archers to help them in melee combat if they get surrounded or overwhelmed is pretty invaluable. Especially since we're fighting things that, really won't... Oh, look at this guy. Leonhard. Especially because we're fighting things that won't really affect our morale all that heavily. I don't like disowned nobles. When I have the availability of taking adventurous nobles, I tend to fall away from adventurous nobles. This guy's pretty cheap though. As the third in the line of succession, Sir Engelbert's life at court had grown stale for him, finally making a decision to change things. Sir Engelbert rode out to make a name for himself and become infamous and feared in all the known world. You know what, buddy? He'll be here when we get back. No rush to buy him. He's at the bottom of the list. Whoa, what's this? You come across a handful of soldiers from House Adelheim. They tilt their caps at you, evening mercenaries. Not sure if they're about to attack, you make a subtle nod toward Sir Quickhans. He puts his weapon within hand's reach and nods back. You return your attention to the soldiers, giving them a friendly wave. Their lieutenant steps forward, grinning. Oi, mercenary, we've little use for you in this world now. Slowly you lower your hand, hovering it above the pommel of your sword. You ask what the man means by that. Yeah, we've read this before. The war is over, apparently. We let Sir Hans handle it. And yeah, so it's basically giving us the option to end the game. The soldier's lieutenant glares at you. Do as I said, Sellsword, or there will be trouble. Yeah. Ignoring him, you give another nod to Sir Quickhans. He gets up, the blade of his weapon loudly scraping off the dirt. The soldiers turn to the mercenary. He hefts his weapon into both hands and stares back. As the lieutenant starts to talk, Sir Quickhans bluntly interrupts. Shush, little man. I see softness in your skin, not a scar to be seen. Eyes as fresh as the day they were born. hands as smooth as untouched candles. If you was of the fighting sort, you'd be out there in those battles you speak of, not out here pissing into the wind. I'll give you 2 options because I'm feeling nice. First option, are you listening? First option is this. Go where you're going and don't say another goddamn word. Option 2 is a mystery. Yeah, we've done this many a time. We're not retiring from our campaign. We still have a quest to kill the orcs. I wish we had gotten a chance to do one of the sieges or something, but we just never got a chance to take that quest. I do love to be the one that kind of ends the fighting, so to speak, by killing the warlord. Let's see what this says. This was a task like none undertaken by the men of the company before, to fend off an entire invasion by some of the fiercest foes man has ever faced. A foe that could not be reasoned with, whose alien mind knows not mercy or compassion, but only war. Orcs and goblins have united in a savage green tide that threatened to wash away the race of men. Under a pitiless sun at day and by the light of burning towns at night, the company campaigned against the green menace across the borderlands, rooting it out wherever it raised its ugly, scarred head. The men faced many a hard battle and made many a sacrifice, but was it all worth it? The Jarls of Jorvik prevailed after many a savage struggle, after uncounted days where each man's life seemed to hang on the roll of a die. The green tide finally seemed to ebb. As orcs and goblins scatter back into the wild, you know that the world of man is saved. For now. Alright, so let's see if these guys don't hate us anymore. A body is bent backwards, the head touching its heels. You find another with an enormous hole in the chest, and yet another that appears to have been disemboweled by something jagged and rough. There's nothing clean about any of this. It is undoubtedly the work of orcs. So yeah. So, are we neutral? No, we're not. So, I guess it only works for noble wars, not for greenskin invasions. That sucks. But we have found the orcs. It's just a bunch of young. God dang it. To be fair, we have killed a lot of orcs recently, and I wanted to kill even more orcs today. They're some of my favorite enemies to fight. So I think what we're going to do is head out into the wastes to the east and see what we can scrounge up in terms of a big orc battle. Something with a warlord is how I'm feeling. I think we're going to get a level on Sir Muldoon, the logical, after this battle, especially if he gets a kill. Very tempting to step up here, but I think we're just going to sit back. Sit back. Funnel them to the center. Let's get that kill first. Indomitable means no stuns for us. We stagger our spear wall. That's going to protect Sir Quick Hans on 2 sides from potentially being stunned since he doesn't have Indomitable yet. Take some 55s. Nice, got the injury. Yep, no need to do anything else. Let's let them wash against our armor. And Sir Lancel. Oh, poor Sir Lancel. He's got like the same armor, but just an unfancy version. His older brother, Jotnar, he's got that gold version. Pimped out armor. They have matching shields though, that's kind of cute. Alright, they're trying to scare us. Let's land some shots, guys. We need that DPS. Nice. Good job. Wonton Fu coming in big. He is a spear master. Would love to get him a fighting spear or some sort of unique legendary spear. I don't seem to get a lot of those. Expecting him to jump in and charge me. So we're just going to Indomitable. Get that kill, start really rocking these dudes' morale. And we desperately need more fatigue on him. We did not get the kill. Unbelievable. Yep, saw that coming. Super bleed means he is dead. I think our crossbows are all loaded. We can step up here because we've already popped Indomitable. And that's going to give lots of cover to our stunned Mudun. More bleed for the bleed god. And they still want some, so let them in. Yeah, and that's why we used Indomitable at the end of our turn. Let's focus that guy. I think we'll be able to kill someone with Svarog very shortly. He's got shield wall up. Nice. Got the bleed. Got the ripped ear. I think we step in here as opposed to here. Very good. And let's line them up. All we want to do at this point is finish him off. Having everyone already be a little bit scared is great. He tried to break our good shield. Luckily, these shields are super sturdy. All the ones we've gotten so far have really high durability. That guy was a fighter. He fought to the end. None of this matters. We're just gotta kill one guy. Come on. He's still not done, though. Kill him. There we go. Jesus. Okay, and we did level on him. Great. We'll take all that junk and we'll try and sell it at Dornan. Because Dornan has superior prices. And I can't wait to get rid of that perk. So, Sir Mudun, he could end up being, I was kind of messing with him, he could end up being a good greatsword brother. For the moment, we're just going to stick with Brawny. That's 9 more fatigue for him. Man, his resolve is already fine. A 2 there, a 3 there. These are really poor rolls. And I think I will also take... Fatigue is his biggest weakness. But I just don't want to take a 2 roll when I have a 3 sitting right there. And he does need a few more hit points. Not a lot more, but he could end up being a solid greatsword brother. Just for the moment, without this shield, his defensive stats are so low that it would be very dangerous just to keep him there. Okay, let's sell all the junk. You know, we could probably eat 1 cursed meat and get away with it. Yeah, the prices here just holding solid. But they have yet to get another shipment in. It has not been enough time. The captain of the guard deserted a while ago to join a raider camp hidden in the steppe to the west. My uncle, who served under him, claimed he raided the armory before leaving and grabbed a real prize. So, this place will have a ridiculous weapon or piece of armor. A camp hidden in the steppe to the west. And it'll be a raider camp. As As you take a look at the local market's wares, a strange man approaches. He has baubles of strange liquids hanging from his hip, and there's a strange wood taking the place of most of his teeth. That's an interesting trophy you got there. The giant skull and bones. I'll give you 1125. Yeah. Deal. I've got so many of these I can't do anything with them. And let's come down here. So, I've said this many a time. In Battle Brothers, whenever you hear a description of location, like to the west, this is technically west of Dornan. You know, these are steps, kind of, to the west. What we're looking for, as we kind of seek to explore here, is a raiders camp. Could be here-ish. Could be here. But if we see a raiders camp, we are going to take that fight no matter what. Alright. As the company takes a break, you decide to address the men. Brothers, I want everyone to know the Jarls of Jorvik are not just cutthroats and errand boys, but skilled fighters of the First Order. Word of our deeds must spread so that merchants and noblemen are begging us to take their contracts. Besting orcs in battle and burning down some of their camps would make people recognize the company. Yeah, we could do that. The Walking Dead or town. Trophies of our deeds. Oh my god, we just can't get a dang taxidermist. Let's do that. We're killing orcs like a ton. An absolute ton. And I want to go back out here and kill even more of them whenever I get the chance. I also want to recruit that last adventurous noble. But I'm worried about our funds. If we can take one more fight right now, I would be pretty happy. So undead, sure. We should definitely look at them and make sure there's... Now that there are champions everywhere, I want to make sure that we're not passing up champion fights. Man, it's just one of those places. It's probably in here, if I had to guess. Let's just head back to Brookburg, get paid. It's 1,400 crowns. We no longer have marauding greenskins. The prices should be much fairer. Not that we're selling anything. And we're not. Nothing really to buy either. We can get some more food. Maybe get up to 5 days worth. Yes. So that's not nothing. Anything else of note? Not really. One quick look back here. I would love to get that two-handed hammer. I just don't think it's going to happen. And I was considering also getting these. The metal plates and rivets. But I think if you're going to spend money on these types of attachments that sometimes you get for free, I think you should spend it only on the ones that give you plus 40 durability. Otherwise, you're going to get to a point where, in the very late game, where you just kind of have everything. And you're going to wish you hadn't spent money on that. Because you're going to want to replace it, that extra 10 durability that you'll be looking for at the end of the game. Or that extra like bone plating that you're going to put on. Kind of shocked it's not in here, to be honest. There are brigands there, but it's going to take me forever to cross. So we've got some crowns. This maybe look like a bit of a waste of time, and it probably is. I'm going to come right here, and then move over to Burkwall. By the time we get to this mountain, should be close to morning. Let's look and see if we can find maybe a source of those brigands. And the mossy shelter. I mean, those are raiders. But I would have expected a place that had a leader, perhaps. Maybe the leader was in that group and he left. This is a pretty unimpressive lot here. Yeah, we're going to switch back to warbows. These just don't do enough damage. We'll hold on to them because I can't... I usually can't bear it apart with unique stuff. Wow, what misses are those? Come out here, Indomitable. Yeah, we'll go for that kill. Feels good. And now let's just shoot at someone. If we hit him, cool. Does a little less damage than it used to, but it's still fine. And we'll use adrenaline to make sure we get that first hit. So the idea of putting him down here, this may look a little weird at first, but when you consider that when I did this, I didn't know how handily I would be able to crush these dudes. And it's obvious now, but there was a possibility that Isaac wouldn't be able to get this kill. We basically use him. He's a brother we don't really want in engagements in the first place. And that's just a super defensible position. He's got low ground around him. It's very tiring to get to him. Double misses. It was just me being like, well, I'm going to make 100% sure that nobody kills or messes with Sermudun. Perfect. We're going to tie them down. And that should just be game. Hopefully this is the place that the barkeep was speaking of. No way to know. There's no way to know, even after you get the cool piece of armor, there's still really no way to know. Run them down. Nobody leaves. And down they go. Okay. No levels. No real loot. Definitely not the place. Didn't expect it to be. It's kind of too small of a spot. Yeah, I was really hoping to reveal something by stepping up onto those mountains. But anyway, let's head out. We'll cut through here. Relations are threatening. Occupied hovel. Okay. Just a few raiders. It looks like everywhere we go, they're just sending out people to run away from us. What a horrible position. If we had to take a battle with this kind of position, at least it was against 4 raiders. Against more than that, and this would actually be quite difficult. We would have to completely back up. Fortunate miss there. Let's give him some more backup. And that way we can leapfrog up here. Otherwise, we would have been stopped by his zone of control. Sitting in this hole is terrible. Perfect. We can't shoot anyway, so we might as well step up. Alright, tie him down. The only one that's loose is this guy. Everyone else, their moves are going to be pretty predictable. And if we could put some shots into them, yep, heck of a lot less scary now. Man, still can't hit anything. That cliff is giving us weird line of sight issues. Good job, Sir Quick Hans. Point blank crossbow shot. Like a boss. And yeah, let's just step forward one more time. If we can, never mind. I was going to say, if we could get someone else here before we take these swings, we'll get better chances to hit. But it's probably just not necessary. Let's just surround. He's got shield wall up. He's got no allies left. If we can just hit him one time, we'll probably break him. Yeah. That'll work too. Man, that would have been like 12 raiders or something like that. Whatever small group left before we showed up could have made this fight a lot more difficult. And even still, that's a dangerous weapon. If he bonks us on the head with that. No reason to waste ammunition against a dead man. That was already loaded, so we'll take that shot. Alright, double bleed from a... he's not a bleed master. Damn. Yeah, we're trying not to make a bunch of cleaver dudes. It's hard because the game just like gave us military cleavers right off the bat. And normally that's a weapon I just never get. And by the time I get it, I've got noble swords and all this other stuff and I just don't use it. Once again, nothing... I mean, we're getting crowns, we're getting stuff. But these are not the fights we were looking for. But it's kind of cool. I mean, we're clearing out an area that we don't normally get to like play in because these dudes still hate us. So let's go to Burkwall and see what kind of contracts they may have for us. The Black Company. They have a Swordmaster. And they do seem to have something for us. But because they're being raided, and they're rebuilding, if we had wood in our inventory, we could probably make a killing. The prices here are mediocre. We could still just sell just to get the stuff out of our inventory, and I think we will. Simply because it may be a while before we visit a place where we expect the prices to be so good that we will instantly sell. Could have considered holding on to the trade goods maybe. But I don't foresee us heading straight back to Dornan. The tools prices there were amazing. I think we just buy all that. And this is amazing medical supplies cost and food cost as well. So yeah, happy to get that stuff. Who's here to hire? A wild man. Not a bad background. He names himself as someone forgettable because you instantly forget his name. However, this information is quite important. A local nobleman has requested your audience. Okay. Very strange. Okay, this is a patrol. This might be perfect. Oh, damn. I tried to push him. But this is a really great contract for us. He basically wants us to go here, and then come back. If we go to Brookburg, we can buy our new brother, or hire him. Go to Dornan, potentially with whatever loot I'm about to try and get from this area of the map. And then head back, you know, with whatever kills we may get along the way. So, to kind of start things off... Oh, wow. You come across an old man hobbling along the road. He settles himself against his walking stick and awaits your approach. His eyes are gray, but he tilts his head as though to see you with his ears. Chinking armor, heavy footsteps, steady breaths, more warriors for a land of war. The man straightens up as though to say, "Am I right?" You tell him, and you're not here to harm him. So yes, I am right, as usual. It wouldn't be too much of a bother to run me through, though. My hearing is going, and I suppose once it's gone, so shall I be. He pauses and turns his head. Did you say something? You notice the man's got a nice jeweled ring on one of his bony fingers. Skibo Swolearm sidles up to you. We could take that, you know. Like taking a tart from a baby. A really blind, more helpless than usual baby. God damn you, Skibo. No, we don't steal. We don't steal from old men. We're barbarians, we're raiders at our heart. But in barbarian culture, we respect our elders. They're venerated. He made it this long, he might be a badass. You never know. So, travel safely, old man. We don't steal from old men. I don't think I've ever had that particular event proc. I wonder what happens if you steal his stuff. This might be a place where we could get some legendary armor. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not sure what this fight is down here. But I am more than happy to take... Yes. This should be easy going. And maybe after this fight, we'll pull out Sir Muldoon and Sir Quick Hands. I wanted to get them each up 2 levels before I switch them back. And I think that's going to be relatively easy to do. I see that long axe. Boy, I wish I had switched to my war bows, though. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Alright, alright. Step up. You know what? I don't care what you do. I really don't. You're not going to be strong enough. I'm only scared of this long axe, really. And I'm only scared of the fact that we're missing every single shot we take. Okay. Checks out. This is going to be a good fight for statistics, if that's something you guys are interested in. We're going to try and win this skirmish battle. Holy crap. I had a feeling I should just go ahead and... Nice. That I should just go ahead and shield wall with him. But I didn't do it. I didn't listen to my gut. And now they're hiding behind a shield wall, and it's going to be pretty difficult to get them out. And if Svarog breaks here, which would be ridiculous, he'll be in quite a lot of trouble. I'm going to go for a round swing, but they have a double shield wall. Man, the 2 misses there feels pretty good. But we're going to shield wall again. Fight's not really going our way. Let's use Indomitable. I was going to say, let's try and help out Isaac here so he can get to his targets. We're just going to shield wall here. Try and boost the strength of Sir Quick Hans's shield wall. Same thing now. We should not be able to get hit again by these archers. The odds will just be crazy if that happens. Damn. Sweating a little bit. Because they could potentially kill him. I mean, they bypassed his armor completely last time they hit him. Alright. 25%. They just have so many layers of protection. Let's get rid of this guy. Alright, riposte. Gotta respect that. Come on, get wrecked. There we go. That was a better chance than this. shot. Strengthen our shield wall. Let's go for that swing. Damn, we got riposted. You know what we're going to do? We're going to drop a dog. That's Brock. Brock just lands his shots, man. Perfect. Step up again. We could come forward and lock this guy down, but I'm so much more worried about a lucky shot. We could step back. And I think we will. Step back here. Step back here. Step forward here. Step back here. And we seem mostly covered. I was about to say, this dog is just going to get the kill. Seriously? Okay. So if we look here, we can see exactly what got hit and for how much damage. This dude's going to go for our dog. Then I will make him suffer. How? I don't know yet. Step in closer. We're just going to back up here. There's no point in risking anyone in this type of fight. Okay, nice hit. I don't really care for the fact that we pushed him back, though. Step back. Should have dropped the dog before stepping back, but we'll still drop the dog. It'll probably take him 2 turns to get to wherever he's going. Good hit. There we go. Make him tired. You jerk. Step in here, go for the shot. Perfect. Stepped here. Still messing with our line of sight. There we go. Get the kill. Perfect. So we kind of save our dog. Making it much more likely for Isaac to get this kill. And is he fleeing? Yes. And there we go. Whew. That was a bit of a real fight. Haven't had one of those in a minute. Mostly awkward positioning and lucky shots early on. But that's Battle Brothers, and that's how that goes. But that is going to give us Brigand Hunters. That already gave us 12 heads. We could finish off our heads requirement by taking on this fight here. And since we're going to Dornan, we're going to want to do that. But I think we're going to do this quest at the beginning of the next battle, of the next episode, rather. Yeah, it'll give us a bit of direction for the early game. We'll end up back in Burkwall. But that might be okay, because we might want to come back up to Grolfest. This is a pretty major city. Have they rebuilt this yet? Still ruins. Even more ruins. But hopefully, since the Greenskin invasion is over, they'll be rebuilding their stuff. It's like, man, we can't even tell what it was. That's a gatherer's hut. Can we find, just before I go, guys, let's take a second and look. Because we can see just about everything else. Herbalist Grove, there's a harbor, you know, amber collectors. Why can we not see a taxidermist? I feel like you should be able to. Their harbor's in ruins. That sucks. That would make it quite hard to travel there. They have multiple harbors, fishing huts. Did I forget a place? There's no way this map has no taxidermists. It's just like not possible. Workshop, blast furnace. We'll figure it out, guys. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. I'll be here tomorrow, making more stuff, making more content. This is Sir Quick Hands. Let's do it. Let's end today's episode on a high note. Quick Hands is getting leveled. We'll take the 4 in range skill. We'll take that 3 in fatigue. And we will also take... I hate negative numbers. Let's get him out of that. Let's get that range defense up, and boom. He can start each fight now with his bundle of javelins. Throwing axes might be better. What I would really like to do is fight more Northmen and get some of their heavier throwing weapons, which maybe we can look to relocate by the end of tomorrow's episode and get up there and make that happen. But alright, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.